Has anyone ever fainted?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, so I'm getting an IUD today and I'm really nervous. I'm pretty sure I'm already late, so I gotta get ready real quick. Today I'm getting an IUD, and if you don't know what that is, here's my very non-scientific understanding of what it is. So an IUD is a birth control device. It could be hormonal or copper, and this is roughly what your uterus looks like. It has two little arms called fallopian tubes, a cervix, and a vaginal canal, and it basically goes inside of your vagina through the cervix into your uterus, and it expands into a little bit of a T shape and kills all the babies. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this, even though I've had surgeries before. I literally had breast implants put in and then taken out. I've had tattoos. Like, I don't know why I'm so scared. There's a snowstorm in Toronto right now, so I am layering up. Mask on. I've been on the fence about switching to non-hormonal IUDs for a while. The one that I'm getting is the Sorry, my dog is crying. What? I used to be on birth control pills, but it just gives me crazy mood swings, so I want to switch to something non-hormonal. I'm getting the non-hormonal IUD, so it's just copper. They're not going to put me under or use any muscle relaxants. They told me to take 2 Tylenols before I go in, so I'm going to do that now. Extra strength, because I'm a pussy. All right, it's game time.
Hi.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any of the following symptoms? Fever, new onset of cough, worsening chronic cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, sore throat, difficulty... Are you working on a project?
It's for my YouTube channel.
Oh, it's for your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what are your periods typically like? Like, are they regular, irregular?
Yeah, they're pretty regular. About 32 days, I would say my cycle is, and they're usually pretty normal. Not too light, not too heavy.
We start off by doing a pelvic exam. So basically that just means we take 2 fingers and we have a feel of the position of the uterus. And that helps us position our instruments when we actually do the IUD insertion. And then afterwards, we put the speculum in the same as like when we do the cup.
Oh, I really hate that.
You can let us know like if you're like not comfortable or lightheaded or anything. Like if you let us know earlier, we could try to do something about it and help you. So then after we put the speculum in, it basically helps us see your cervix, which is the donut under your uterus. Take an instrument and we stabilize the cervix so that it helps us when we actually measure the uterus and then put in the actual IUD. For you, like I'll count down 1, 2, and then 3. And then on 3, I ask for you to do a big cough, like a big like as hard as you can. And it's just to distract you.
Okay.
But it's helpful for us to use to stabilize. And so it's going to be 1, 2, cough.
Okay.
And you can also wiggle your toes at the same time. Some people say it works with. So
okay, wiggle my toes and cough. Okay.
At the same time, yeah. After that, we put in this like long instrument just to measure the uterus to see how like deep to actually put the IUD, because we if we didn't do that, we wouldn't know how deep to go, and we could risk breaking through or perforating the uterus. That's a possible risk. Yeah. So after the measurement, we put in the IUD, and then after the IUD is put in, you probably won't feel as much pain afterwards. So the cramping pain and stuff should stop. So I'll talk to you. That was like the overview of like how it's gonna go.
Sounds like a lot of instruments.
It is, but the instruments are obviously sterilized and everything. So to minimize the risk of infection, we talked about infection. We talked about perforation. There's also a risk of like bleeding afterwards. Usually, what happens is the spotting. You expect spotting for like a day or 2. It should slowly get lighter and then stop.
Okay.
So there's one more thing, which is ectopic pregnancy.
Okay.
So what that is in any given person without an IUD, the risk of having a pregnancy outside of the uterus is very, very low. Very, very low. With an IUD, the chance, if you were to get pregnant, obviously the chances with the IUD put in is low, right? But if you did get pregnant for some reason, for some rare reason, the chance of it being a pregnancy outside of the uterus is a little bit higher.
Okay.
But it's still a low risk overall. But it's just something you should be aware of. So if you notice that you have like pain like in the lower tummy, like the pelvic area, that's not getting better with Advil or Aleve or Tylenol, you should call and let us know.
If it's an ectopic pregnancy, would I be able to detect that with just over-the-counter pregnancy test?
Yeah, you would be able to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That was a lot of information.
Yeah. When
It's always
can I
a
be
chance.
sexually active again after insertion?
So after at least 48 hours.
Okay.
Nothing in the vagina for 48 hours.
Okay.
So why don't I show you where the washroom is?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just grab this while they
Is it okay if I leave my jacket here?
Of course, yeah, you can leave it there. So after you come back from the washroom, you can remove everything from the bottom down and then sort of use the drape and cover yourself. You can set up here and then just cover yourself, and then we'll come in and...
You come in?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I have Rahima with me.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
The pelvic exam to see where the position of the uterus is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to put on some cool gel.
Okay.
And then 2 fingers will go in and just kind of have an idea of where it is, okay?
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is just have a look here. And what I'm going to get you to do actually is just take a deep breath in and out. Good. And again, deep breath in
And you'll feel that cold
and
speculum.
out.
And if you can get your right knee to touch my hand over here, and your left knee to touch the window.
Perfect.
Not that flexible.
Most of us aren't. You doing okay?
Doing okay?
Yep.
And then next, I'm just going to do a PAP. So it's just a little bit of cramping for maybe 5 to 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stabilizing instrument, and we're going to do that distracting technique
Okay.
on the count of, like, it's going to be 1, 2, cough.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Okay.
And you let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So 1, 2, cough.
That was not a cough.
You feeling okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So try to, again, if you can bring your knees up to the sides as far as, okay.
I'm a little lightheaded.
Right.
Has anyone ever fainted?
Yes.
Okay. What's the next step?
So the next step is the measurement device. So it's a thin device that goes through the cervix to measure how tall your uterus is. So you may feel some cramping pain again.
Okay.
So you just have to do slow deep breaths as it happens, okay?
Yep.
Would it help if I talk to you and ask you questions?
No, I can just sing.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Ooh, that's a cramp. That's a cramp. That's a bit of a cramp.
Doing what you were doing, wiggling your toes, that might help you.
Yep. Oh.
It feels like 6 to me.
And I just think you can double check.
Ooh, my period cramps are never this bad. Ooh. Oh
I
God.
don't think it's really You feeling lightheaded? Okay. I'm gonna lift one leg up. Is that okay?
Yep. Oh.
Do you want a break?
It's fine. Are you done measuring?
Yes.
Okay.
The next step is going to be the IUD itself.
You doing okay?
Yeah. I'm just dramatic.
No. This is a common.
Oh really?
Very
Yeah,
common.
yeah.
Okay.
That's why we knew to lift your legs up right away, because it happens a lot.
The next step now is going to be putting the IUD in.
Okay.
And you'll feel some of that cramping.
Similar cramping pain, okay?
Okay. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
What do you like to sing?
I don't know. I'm just making up songs. Oh, yep, it's there. Oh God.
You doing okay?
Yep.
Okay, so your IUD is in. We just need to cut the string.
Oh,
You did great. Are you feeling okay?
yep.
The cramping should get slowly better.
Okay,
The
good.
instruments are out and everything.
Good.
Lay here for a few minutes before getting up because sometimes getting up can make them lightheaded.
Okay.
You okay with laying here for a few
Yep.
minutes?
Yeah.
Cloth for your forehead or your
Can I get some water to drink actually?
Yeah, of course. Do you prefer water or juice?
Oh,
Orange juice.
juice actually. I'm never giving birth.
Hey guys, it's over. It's done. As long as it stays in there, I basically don't have to worry about birth control for the next 5 years. They gave me a little card with the date of insertions, and they recommended taking a picture of it and emailing it to myself so I don't forget. And they also gave me this aftercare sheet. So this is the aftercare instructions they gave me. For the first 48 hours, you can't use tampons, diva cups, fingers, dildos. Basically, nothing goes up your vagina for 48 hours. And for a copper IUD, basically as soon as it's inserted, it's effective. So the birth control effects start right away. That was an experience. I don't really remember exactly everything that happened. I felt like I almost blacked out. Literally, when I was laying there and singing, the only thought that went through my head is, why do women have to go through this? Why can't all men just get vasectomies? Male birth control 2020. It was so much worse. The pain was so much worse than I imagined. I thought it was just gonna be like period cramps, but my cramps normally aren't that bad. So I guess maybe some people experience that type of pain every month, but holy, I mean, y'all saw what happened. So basically they did a pregnancy test first, and then they did a pap smear. They did a measurement, so they had to put kind of like a measuring device in there that's like about this long to kind of see how big my uterus is. And then they inserted the IUD, and then after insertion they released it so that it becomes that little T shape. And it's kind of hard to describe, but if you have ever had a pap smear, it's kind of like that but a lot worse. They use the same device to kind of open you up, and then they stick that thing in there past the cervix into the uterus. Fuck, the Tylenol did not do anything. After all this, like, if I had to do it again, I really would. I think it's worth it, even though it was so painful I almost fainted. The fact that I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I don't have to worry about hormones anymore, it's just like one day of pain. A lot of people have different experiences with it. I know for some people the cramping continues afterwards. I don't really feel like, I can feel a little bit, like I know that this procedure happened, like I can still, like I can feel a little bit of cramping, but nothing that bad. But I literally just got it done. So I'll keep y'all updated on Instagram. Some people have really bad cramping, really bad spotting, really bad bleeding months and months later. So again, you need to ask your doctor about everything. This is just my personal experience because I was so nervous going into it, and this is actually a decision that I've been contemplating for the last like 2-3 years, and I'm really glad I finally did it. I got a couple questions on Instagram on why I decided copper IUD was right for me. There are so many different forms of contraception, and you should definitely talk to your doctor about all those options because there's not one perfect solution. There's something for everybody. Everybody's cycle is different, everybody's period flow is different, everybody's response to hormones is different. So I was on birth control pills for a long time, and that really made me moody, and I was seeking out non-hormonal methods, and usually that would be condoms, but I want something a little bit safer and a little bit more permanent. I think the copper IUD is the most realistic, safest, most long-term alternative that's non-hormonal. Anyway, I'm gonna keep documenting any updates in future vlogs and on Instagram stories, and I'm just gonna rest for the rest of the night. She's been through a lot. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you're new here, hi, subscribe down below. I post about makeup and skincare mostly, but if you are also into this type of big sister content, like the video so the algorithm knows, subscribe. It's always a good time here. I hope this was helpful if you're deciding if you want to get an IUD. If you have an appointment coming up, I'm praying for your soul. I'm just being dramatic. It's probably gonna be okay. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Bye.